Show us what you're made of. Are there really a few leftover heroes over there? These damn DLCs just never stop. It continues. It always continues. Don't these DLCs ever end? So, the DLC-addicted evil had gathered its troops. The very last of the heroes' posts have been sighted and stood there, practically begging to be destroyed.
Excellent. I was almost getting bored here in my huge throne room full of gold.
Oh, you're still here too? I have the feeling my career is somehow going nowhere at the moment. Nevertheless, this pathetic hero camp was, of course, no problem at all for the merciless evil, who was already planning how to best use its fully developed and equipped dungeon to take these few pitiful little heroes apart.
You got that right. I'm just itching to get in there. Oh, okay. It might just be these stupid gloves, because I think I may be allergic to dwarf hair.
To dwarf hair? Wait, what exactly did you do with Grimly's remains again? Wait, no, don't tell me. I've just had breakfast. It would be such a waste.
Fine, I won't say anything about it. I'll wrap it in a cloak of dwarf beard. I mean, science.
I said I don't want to hear it. Now, go deal with those heroes. At least you're moderately good at that.
Ha-ha! Heroes, right! Okay, creatures, get ready. We attack them, beat them up, and then we scatter cat hair in their eyes. In the eyes of the ones allergic to cats, of course.
What's hidden in that loot box? How about a random unit? Wait, I just have to roll some dice. So yeah, have fun with that. A spider nest has been unearthed. This loot box contained some particularly evil heroes who immediately joined the heroic evil.
Death from above! I knew you'd need me.
This loot box granted the aggressive evil's creatures a temporary attack speed buff.
Is unstoppable!
What's hidden in that loot box? How about a random unit? Wait, I just have to roll some dice. So yeah, have fun with that.
Hasta la vista, baby!
The cruel evil's armies approached the very last remaining heroes. An indescribable sound could be heard from their direction, probably something to do with their trembling knees.
No wonder! After all, heroes have become a real rarity in this country. My creatures and I will kick their asses, pull their ears out, tickle their feet. Only after we take them off their shoes, of course. Ow!
Conquered an outpost. The heroes' camp had been destroyed. The absurd evil had won. Again. Apparently, it didn't find that at all boring. Yeah, well, whatever floats your boat, I guess. At least you gave those heroes a beating. Right. Well, that should be all of them. I guess we can wrap this up now, right? DLC completed. Absolutely splendid. The end. Bye now. See you next time.
Just hold your horses there, bucko. If I read that correctly, then the players out there were promised a new DLC with 3 missions, plus an epic final battle, and so on.
Yeah, that was just marketing blah blah. You know how it is, let's face it. It's not like the guys at Realm Forge will be the first to rip off their players. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in loot boxes or something like that now, and then sell the shop to Electronic Farts or Lazyvision or whatever they're called tomorrow.
No game I'm in is gonna turn out to be a rip-off. I may be an evil character, but that just isn't gonna happen. Come on! You lazy-ass narrator, do your job and narrate something. Huge dragons, exploding cows, worm-eaten apples. Come on! That's what they pay you for. Probably overpaid, I'd say.
How dare you! Just you wait. You want it? You got it. A great danger still lurked in the land. A mighty figure named Narratus, the Narrator. His powers were so unimaginably powerful that they defied description.
Narratus is such a stupid name.
You're really asking for it, aren't you? Have it your way. Narratus had had enough of Talia and the puppeteer pulling her strings from behind the scenes. The ashen evil, the day of reckoning, was now at hand. Bears suddenly appeared and pounced on Talia. Of course, to the inclined listener, this came as no surprise, as it made perfect sense to those who had followed the course of the story.
Bears? Oh, that's so pathetic. We had that, about 30 missions ago. So all the great ideas kind of dry up when you don't have a script in front of you,
Great ideas? Coming right up. Narratus first wanted to check whether Talia and the shameful evil were even worthy of his attention. They would have to pass several trials to do so. From now on, and I quote, paragraph 5, page 232, objects would appear in the dungeon. If these were not destroyed in time, a monster room would spawn at that location.
Wait a minute. Are you quoting from the Dungeons 3 game design document?
That is totally irrelevant. If I were you, I'd be better off getting that dungeon in shape for Narratus's trials.
Damn! Get moving, creatures! Keep an eye out for those objects. Search the dungeon for them. Check the walkthrough.
Spiders are spread out somewhere in the underground. A spider nest has been unearthed.
Death from above! No! I'll be back.
This loot box revealed some vicious monsters that began to prowl the dungeon.
Not even death can stop me.
Your dungeon heart is under attack. Payday. Without any heroes, this seems way more boring than it has to be. Luckily, that sly narratus had some instant hero dwellings in his pocket that he had then had set up. Plop, plop, plop.
What's all this nonsense about instant hero dwellings? Really? Are you kidding?
Heroes want to attack one of your islands of evilness.
Full of anticipation, the gambling evil opened its loot box. Inside were crates, also known as boxes, toolboxes to be exact.
An island of evilness is being attacked. One of your islands of evilness was captured.
Stay down!
There are enemies in your dungeon. The dungeon heart is being attacked. There are enemies in your dungeon.
The magical evil had found some mana in this loot box.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
This loot box contained Talia, and the ludicrous evil had survived the first of the Neritus's trial. But the next trial was already approaching. Suddenly, a forgetfulness spell seemed to affect the forgetful evil, leaving it with no idea how to make traps.
You just steal these things from that part of the game design document where all the bad ideas are lumped together. I'm back again.
Defend the dungeon heart.
Speed Freak Evil found a temporary movement speed buff for its creatures in this loot box.
What can I do? Take me to the enemy! Want Tanos's head?
It didn't seem to matter to the callous evil that Talia had died yet again. Although she was sure to return, it should take better care of her next time.
This wonderful loot box contains some gold for the Golden Eagle.
Good.
It's payday.
Ha! You pathetic buffoon! You don't stand a chance against me! Oh, I'm sure that's something that Doratus would say if he had his own speaker.
How can he have his own speaker? You just made him up yourself. He's not in any script.
Well, that's what you think. But he just used his forgetfulness spell to prevent traps from being built in the dungeon.
Oh, you stole that from the Brain Dead Ideas chapter of the game design document.
Well, so? This game never had a concept from the start, so it just doesn't matter anymore. So that's what Narratus thinks, of course. Mighty being that he is, and he's good looking too. Very. But enough of that. You'd be better off trying to survive. This loot box granted the aggressive Evil's creatures a temporary attack speed buff.
For the absolute... Ooh!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
From above.
One of your outposts is under attack. You've lost an outpost. And once again, Talia bought the farm.
This loot box contains some particularly evil heroes who immediately join the heroic Evil.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh! Drop me on the enemy! Ah! Give your orders!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Heyday! Talia and the stupid as a stump-looking evil had still managed to survive the narrator's trials and tribulations. But the final chapter had yet to be written. The diabolically clever narratress had spiked the confused evil's evening cocktail with a potion of forgetfulness. This erased all memory of any spells.
Yeah?
What was hidden in that loot box? A few gobblers? Hope you didn't consider that a total waste.
Death is not the end. For evil!
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Everything evil comes from above. Ouch! Lead me to the battle!
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
The magical evil had found some mana in this loot box. This loot box contained a temporary defense buff for the armored evil's creatures.
Death from above!
Payday.
Without spells? Oh, man! I still remember the first few levels and how boring they were without spells.
Well, that narratus is good, isn't he? He in that chapter called Bad Game Design Decisions That Should Never Have Seen the Light of Day. But I'm sure you can handle it, Talia. Oh, are the first enemies coming?
What? Keep them! Cut them to pieces! Take their hero licenses away! Evil will triumph!
Full of anticipation, the gambling evil opened its loot box. Inside were crates, also known as boxes. Toolboxes, to be exact.
I want Tanos's head!
There are enemies in your dungeon. Your creatures have conquered an outpost.
What's up? Hey! Evil is unstoppable!
This wonderful loot box contains some gold for the Golden Evil.
And stay down!
There are enemies in your dungeon. Heroes are on their way to one of your outposts. A giant worm has been sighted in the dungeon. defend the dungeon heart. An outpost is under attack. You've lost an outpost. Speed Freak Evil found a temporary movement speed buff for its creatures in this loot box.
For evil! Help!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Bye-bye, baby! Throw me at the enemy!
It's payday. The insane enough yet unwilling to die evil had survived yet another day. But in its carelessness, it hadn't noticed that the cunning Narratus had snuck into the dungeon with panther-like stealth and erased all traces of the Titans.
What? My good friends, the Titan units? Unfair. For the absolute evil! Ow!
Full of anticipation, the gambling evil opened its loot box. Inside were crates, also known as boxes. Toolboxes, to be exact.
Evil will... Whoa! goes.
This loot box granted the aggressive Evils creatures a temporary attack speed buff. Heyday! Whoa, that Narratus was just too cunning. Talia's teeth chattered as she realized she would have to do without those Titan units from then on. How pathetic!
Oh, like hell. We can easily handle it anyway. Just because you're using bad game design tricks here doesn't mean I'm going to throw the towel in. Come on, creatures! Flatten everything Narratus has. Beat them to a pulp. Knock them down. Make them destroy the good! Destroy the good! Drop me on the enemy!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Just wait. For evil!
What was hidden in that loot box? A few gobblers? Hope you didn't consider that a total waste.
you desire?
Enemies have entered the dungeon. You have a new outpost available.
This loot box held a few frustrated heroes who now began to attack the dungeon.
I want Thanos' head.
An outpost is under attack. You've lost an outpost. Heroes are stealing your gold.
Just... As often as I die, a life insurance policy would be an absolute gold mine.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Payday.
Narratus nodded acknowledgingly. In spite of his ingenious trials, the has the luck of domino evil had been able to defend itself against all comers.
Ah! You got that right! We ain't no heroes, but we sure as hell are... Can we finally stop this narrator's nonsense? I mean, you've had your fun now and trotted out a few antiquated gameplay concepts, but now it's about time.
But of course, Narratus was far from defeated. As if Narratus could be beaten! That cunning adventurer still had all the aces up his sleeve and was just getting warmed up.
I liked you a lot better in your apathetic passive role.
Yes. Well, times change. When these DLCs just go on and on and on, and my career is at a standstill, then I might as well make some noise here.
The common time is midnight.
See you in the next mission, Talia. Let's see if you still feel like making cheeky remarks like that then.